So recently, I read an article that was linked to me from Facebook from a group called Believe Out Loud, which is essentially religious LGBTQ people posting articles and sharing their faith and whatnot. And there was a link to this article on a website called Odyssey, titled "No, I don't have to tell you I'm trans before dating you." And it goes on to talk about an incident in the Philippines where a young lady named Jennifer Loud, a trans woman, was brutally murdered after having sex with a U.S. Marine. And it opened up the topic of conversation as to whether or not trans people should disclose their status as trans before getting into a relationship with someone. Now, this is one of those topics that is a little bit controversial because, let's face it, it's sort of an issue between personal safety of the trans person and personal autonomy. The right for the partner to make their decisions as to whether or not they're going to date someone who is in transition from going from male to female or female to male, what have you. Okay, whatever the process is, either way they're in transition for something. Now, the way I look at it is that if it's a hit it and quit it situation where you're just there to get your freak on and move forward, it's not really going to be as big of an issue depending on what's going on. But if it's going to be like a long-term committed relationship or even a long-term relationship period where, feelings are going to get involved and emotions are going to get involved, money's going to get involved, then being the way I am, I feel that, yeah, you kind of need to tell your partner that you're transgender. Even if you guys may have had sex before, I don't see how you could not tell. But, especially if you're doing it properly. I don't know how you could not tell. Anyway, shush. The point is, as much as I understand the need for personal safety for the trans folks, and that's important, there's also the problem of personal autonomy. Does that partner have the right to decide whether or not they're going to have sexual relations with somebody who is of the same sex? Now, I get it. No, I'm not going to say I get it. Let me change that. I understand that you believe that you're in the wrong body and that you believe that you need to transition to a more feminine or masculine form in order to feel better about yourself. I understand to some degree that dysphoria sucks. Understood. Okay, that's a horrible thing to go through. I personally haven't gone through it, but it is what it is. It sucks for you. But you don't then have the right to take that and use it as an excuse to deny someone the right to make a decision as to whether or not they want to try penis. Sorry. Well, no, not every trans woman has a penis. Not the point. Okay? Not the point. If you have to lie to your partner just to get some nookie, then there's a problem. If you have to hide something that important from your partner, then maybe that person shouldn't be your partner. Maybe that person should have the right to decide as to whether or not they're going to get involved with somebody who they may not necessarily want to get involved with. There's a whole slew of issues here that, if you look at it honestly and you don't delude yourself, it's pretty tough. Nobody is owed sex. Nobody is obligated to have sex with anyone. Period. Feminists make a big deal about this whole concept of, personal autonomy, personal authority, personal sovereignty, the right to make your own decisions about your own body. But when it comes to this, a lot of them look at you and go, well, how dare you demand that a trans person disclose their status? Because you know what? Maybe I don't want to try penis. Nothing wrong with penis. If you like penis, enjoy penis. If you like vagina, enjoy vagina. Go for it. Knock yourself out. But don't deny me the right to decide if I want to try something or not try something. It's my decision. And maybe you should rethink where you find your partners. If you want someone who is a male and you're a trans woman, sorry, honey, you got to go to a gay bar. You really need to go to a gay bar. You know, if you're a trans male and you want to find a woman, guess what? You got to go to a lesbian bar, because that way you know exactly, both parties have the understanding of what they're getting themselves into. You know exactly what you're getting yourself into. And that's important, because if you're not allowing that person the right to decide what they want, then perhaps you're not, maybe you're the problem. If you're afraid, if you have to lie to people, maybe the problem's not with them. Maybe you should take a look at yourself. Anyway, those are my thoughts on it. What do you think? This is Sumak the Artist, Mad Creator, signing off. Have a nice day.